On the 7th of May, we are due to see the reveal of gameplay for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, a game that is due to come out towards the end of the year. And while there's a lot of information circulating about the game already, what we have not seen is the gameplay, so I think this is my last opportunity to make a video in this kind of form. At least regarding this very topic, and I mean I have nothing better to do today, so why not do it? Of course it's all my opinion, so if you disagree that's fine, but anyway, let's buckle up and get into 5 things that I want in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Please be sure to let me know what you'd like to see in the game, whether it be 1, 5 or 600 things, down in the comments section. But I've already dragged out this intro longer than it needs to be, so let's get cracking with the video. If there's one outlandish one that I'd like to get out of the way right away so that it's not disappointing at the very end, is that I'd like ideally to not see the same engine used for Origins or Odyssey, but it won't perhaps be the end of the world if we do, to be fair. I would however wish to see more grounded gameplay more akin to what Origins did than what Odyssey did, but even then there are some huge features that could do with tweaking. Gameplay wise, the Origins Odyssey engine has fallen a little bit stale on me. If this game functions on a new engine entirely, that'd be great. If not, it needs some serious work doing. I suppose we'll see how this turns out on the 7th of May. But don't worry, I'm under no illusion that we won't likely see the same engine used for a third time. But I think in a game as heavily focused on combat as anything about Vikings would need to be, at the very least we'll see some massive changes to core mechanics. But what can I say other than fingers crossed? Now you can focus on Vikings and pillaging and assassinating all day long, but unless you have a good cast of characters, the story itself is going to fall flat, or at least present itself as a legless chair. What we need is a diverse, strong cast of characters that can help drive the narrative forward and make us care about what Eivor is doing in the game. I'm pretty confident that the narrative parties involved Darby McDevitt know that this is something that simply cannot be missed. The Ezio trilogy wouldn't be the same without some of the side characters like Mario, Machiavelli, La Volpe, Bartolomeo, Christina, Yusuf Tazim, Suleiman, Sofia Sartor, and how can anyone ever forget the legend himself, Leonardo da Vinci? Someone give this man a hug.
Di nulla.
Again with Black Flag, the characters were a huge driving force in the story. You had Blackbeard, Charles Vane, Jack Rackham, Ben Hornigold, Mary Reed, Adewale. This game even makes you like some of the villains. None of these games would be half as good were it not for the amazing cast of characters driving their stories forward. And these are some of the best games in the entire franchise. What does that tell you? And that's something I'm hoping Assassin's Creed Valhalla can recapture. Social stealth used to be a staple of the old Assassin's Creed games, and I hear it may make a return in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but I mean we can only hope. Social stealth in the old games was a huge feature, blending with crowds, sitting on benches. It truly would feel like Assassin's Creed to have this mechanic back again, and considering all the gameplay possibilities that you could apply to such a mechanic in 2020, maybe it's not just time to reintroduce social stealth, but in fact reinvent it. Sure, I'll have to rethink a couple of things to make it work for being a massive bloody Viking, but being armor clad and looking menacing has never stopped it from working in the past. And of course, like I said, with the technology of the day, we know that pretty dense crowds can be possible, and in pretty dense crowds, anyone can get lost. I am hearing that this mechanic may be returning, and I'm very curious to see how it will be applied. If there's one thing that needs to certainly be improved in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it's the quality of side content that is presented. Assassin's Creed Odyssey often presented side content as either side quests or box ticking exercises that you can find in the world, and a lot of the side quests were then box ticking exercises in themselves. Sure, there are no doubts that side quests are going to be a huge part of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It is after all going to be an RPG, meaning you'd expect the side content to play a huge role. But my point is, side quests are great and all and definitely put them in there, but quality should be favoured over quantity, and not everything has to be a side quest. I'd like the game to let us explore tombs and the like on our own, explore stories through mysteries left behind with nothing but our own curiosity to drive us. We need to experience the rewards that come with playing the game not through experience points, but through changes in the world, changes to characters, changes to relationships with other characters. And when we are doing side quests, I want to feel like the awesome Viking that I am, not somebody's glorified errant boy. Maybe the side quests could give us interesting characters who we wouldn't normally meet without doing them. Or maybe they could be used to get used to different mechanics in the game, such as combat or parkour. Or maybe quests that give us better insight into side characters as a way to gain their loyalty, like the loyalty missions in Mass Effect 2. The possibilities for side content in an RPG are endless, and I don't think this is something that Assassin's Creed has necessarily ever fully realised. I'm sure the creative director Ashraf Ismail knows exactly what this game needs side content wise, so I look forward to seeing what Assassin's Creed Valhalla comes out with. I'm sure we'll find out a little bit more about that one very soon as well. Now, dialogue options will be making a return. That much is probably a given in an RPG at this point. However, dialogue options and the decision making overall need to be handled a little bit better than they were in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, Darby McDevitt has expressed points on this already, saying instead of having a wide variety of options that you can choose with drastically different inputs, which makes Alexio/Cassandra seem absolutely bipolar, Assassin's Creed Valhalla's dialogue options will have responses that are all definitely things that Eivor would say, based on a base character that is established. What I'd like to see on top of this is a decision-making system that matters more than just short term. Because in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you have decisions that may make minor differences in the short term, but in the long term it actually means nothing. In Valhalla, decisions need to have consequences. Some may be short term, but some need to have more present effects after the fact. One issue with Assassin's Creed Odyssey is nothing stops you from killing loads of civilians in a village, sleeping with a granny and then still being seen as the hero of the day. What I'd like in Assassin's Creed Valhalla is for actions to have consequences. And of course for dialogue and the protagonist's personality to not be wildly inconsistent. I get the vibe that this one's pretty nailed down, but I thought I'd mention it nonetheless. And there you have it, 5 things that I'd like to see in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I didn't mention the fact that I'd like to see better parkour because I get the vibe that everyone would. But these aren't the only 5 things that I'd like to see in the game, just 5 that I thought I'd be able to present here. With a gameplay reveal coming on the 7th of May, we won't have to wait long to see what exactly this game is going to play like. But of course, in anticipation for that, please do go ahead and let me know what you would like to see in Assassin's Creed Valhalla down in the comment section. And if you disagree with what I've said, that's fine, as long as you're respectful down in the comment section, then there's no problem whatsoever. After all, the world would be incredibly boring if we all thought the same thing. So thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends and all that wonderful stuff, that would be fantastic. And with any luck, I'll catch you all very soon with another video at some point. But until then, take it easy and I'll see you all later.